Hello, hello, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. This is the Q&A. It's Tuesday. How are you? I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you are managing your stress as well as you can. I hope you are taking care of yourselves. Hope you are also doing things you enjoy. That's always important. We have a few questions to get through. Again, I didn't put every question that was asked because some of them I just can't answer. And it was very few. If some I did reply to that the answer requires something more expanded. It's something I could actually think about my answer. Not that I don't think about my answers, but some questions were very complex for me. So I responded to further have that discussion. Anyway, everything I say here is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged, even in the comments. Okay, if you want a personal reading, you can click more in the description of this video and you will see the link there to request a personal reading, or you can email me moonlightergy15@gmail.com and I will send you the link. Okay, all right, so let's get into it. Let's just jump right in. Okay. Question number 1. Teresa D3651. Hi Kimberly, I hope you had a great weekend. I did, thank you. Will 45 declare martial law within the next 2 months? Okay. Will he declare martial law within the next 2 months? Okay. All right. Will Donald Trump declare martial law within the next 2 months? Will Donald Trump declare martial law within the next 2 months? Will Donald Trump declare martial law within the next 2 months? It's saying maybe. Saying maybe. Maybe. I always said it's not out of the realm of possibility. He can't just declare martial law. I mean, he can, par for the course with what's going on. You could pretty much do whatever you want nowadays, right? But that would be bad for him. He does need the backing of Congress, I believe, but that would be bad. It would be bad. It would be bad for him. Well, let's see. Okay. Seven of Swords always comes out for his energy. Will he be able to? Wait, let me ask that first. Because I asked, will he declare martial law? He declares a lot of things. Okay. Will it be approved is the real question. If Donald Trump declares martial law, will it be approved? If Donald Trump declares martial law, will it be approved? I'm saying no. Saying no. Declaring martial law, when people are peacefully protesting, but I don't know. Well, my guides say no, it won't be approved. He might declare it, but will it happen? Why won't he be approved? Let's see. Five of Cups. I told it would be disastrous for him. The Tower. Five of Cups. I knew that was there. And the Tower. Seven of Swords came out. This flimsy sort of foundation. More. Six of Swords. It would be a disaster for the entire Republican Party if they did that and approved that. People didn't even want to wear masks. You think a martial law for the entire... Come on. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. And I kind of want to see that, but I don't. I know that's very controversial, me saying that. But if you were to do something like that and they were to approve it, it would be a disaster. Six of Swords after the Tower. Six of Swords is a card of transition. A card of, it's moving from chaos to calm. Perhaps something so extreme needs to be the catalyst. Again, I'm not promoting martial law. I'm just saying, would he go that far and would it be too far? Where's the limit? I need to see the limit, is what I'm saying here. Where is the limit? Then I would know. We would know. But it would be disaster. It would be a terrible idea. That would be the catalyst. The Shroud, followed by the Tower. And you possibly transitioning. Whoo, people would be mad. People that you declare something like that is not just the people you don't like. That be everybody. That would be crazy. All right, Next question. Question number 2. Barbie P. How do you know you are off your life path? How do you get back on? How do you know you're off your life path? There are a few ways I believe you know you're not on your life path. Things, first of all, one clue I believe is you find yourself not interested in things you may have found interest in the past. And that could be a twofold sort of thing. It could be something going on emotionally that you've lost interest, or you've simply outgrown what you are doing, and it no longer serves you. You feel dissatisfied. You maybe question everything. You may have feelings of wanting to be alone, isolate, engage in some introspection. Again, make sure that your mood is okay if you're experiencing these things. Sometimes it could be depression, but you're talking about life path. That could play a role in it as well. I think it's different for every individual. If you, even find yourself questioning, is this right for me? This isn't really bringing me satisfaction. If you maybe find yourself engaging in past behaviors or ways of thinking that aren't helpful for you, then that might be a clue. I think that I can only speak from my perspective. For me, it is when I question, is this right for me? When I mean, that's par for the course, because existential crises, I've had those since I was a child. I've had those even before adolescence. But for your life path, I think those sort of things, if you feel like you've outgrown certain things, if you feel like if you have a need to want to expand in some way, if your environment you're in, you feel like you just want to crawl out of your skin, sometimes could be a clue that you need some sort of change in your life path. It takes a lot of self-reflection and introspection, and if you find yourself constantly changing interests, that sort of thing, to get back on your life path or to find your life path, again, takes introspection and asking yourself, what makes me satisfied? What makes me happy? Have I outgrown things? How have I changed? The goals that I have set for myself, or I want for myself, are my actions matching up with that? There's a really good type of therapy you can, what is it called? Acceptance and commitment therapy. There's a workbook online for free. They have worksheets. This is in no way a diagnosis or treatment, but it's a recommendation. It's called Acceptance and Commitment Therapy. I do use it sometimes with my clients, and it's really good. It has worksheets. It's really good because it helps you self-reflect on what your values are, zero in on what your life goals are, what's important to you, what makes you happy, how to change certain behavior patterns, how to see how you can expand. Okay, so look that up. That might, be a good guide for some of you guys. Okay, I hope I answered your question. Number 3. Spicy C6. My question is, will the US dollar be devalued and just the financial stability of the US in general? Okay. Let's see. Okay. Will the US dollar be devalued? Will the US dollar be devalued? Will the US dollar be devalued? Okay, saying no. Clear the center. Let's see. Will the U.S. economy become stable a year from now? Will the U.S. economy become stable a year from now? Will the U.S. economy become stable a year from now? I'm saying yes. Okay. Saying yes. I did do a reading on what the government will look like a year from now, and my story continues that I uploaded yesterday, so go check that out. It talks about the economy. Okay. All right. Number 4. Taurus 1647. Will the Jack Smith report be made public and when? I know, Taurus, you asked me more than one question, but I chose this question. Okay. Will the Jack Smith report be made public and when? I can't tell you when. I don't think I could tell you when. When I think about that report, it just seems like it's in the ether somewhere. Floating, waiting to be released. Will the Jack Smith report be released? Will the Jack Smith report be released? Yes. It's swinging a hard yes. It's swinging a very hard yes. My guides are showing me that thing again with the things being buried over books. When? Let's see if I don't know if I could tell you when. Hold on, let me see what my guides say. Can you? I heard the number 6. But let's see. Five of Swords. Knight of Wands. Five of Swords. Winning at all costs. Knight of Wands. Interesting. Tower's on the bottom there. Tower is on the bottom. Has something to do with it too. Four Cups. Page of Cups. One more. The Moon. That's what I'm saying. It just feels like it's out there somewhere waiting. When? Four of Swords. I did no time soon, I feel like, because it's been buried so much. Maybe 6 months, I want to say. So, like, this is it being buried, you know? Five of Swords. Winning at a conflict, winning at all costs. With this Knight of Wands energy, it just feels like no one cares anymore. Honestly, with this Four of Cups here after the Knight of Wands, it's hidden. Like it's in the waiting. It's like in the background now. You know, the Moon is here. The Page of Cups and the Four of Cups. It'll be released, but I don't know. It's like buried under a whole bunch of other stuff. You know what I mean? I don't think that will be the thing. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not saying it's gone and forgotten. It'll just be another thing, you know, but it's like buried under other things. I hope I'm making sense. Okay, number 5. Nina H6273. Could you ask if the detainee in El Salvador is still alive? It's strange that this administration is fighting so hard not to bring this man back. Okay. What is his name? Abrio? Give me 1 second. It's just terrible. It's terrible. Okay. Is the El Salvador detainee still alive? I think he's still alive. It feels like he is. Yes. He's alive. The reason why they're fighting so hard is because they want to be right. They don't care. They want to stick to this plan. They want to show people, their supporters, that, especially Donald Trump, it makes them feel good. It makes them feel big that, you know, he has the power to do this, to send people away, even Americans' own citizens. He feels powerful doing it. That's all it is about, outside of the racism and hatred. But ultimately, it's his own narcissism and power that he said he was going to do it, and he's quote unquote doing it. Number 6. Lucas D9361. Will MTG face any kind of justice for the insider trading that she was a part of? Let's see. Will MTG face any justice or consequence for insider trading? Will she face any consequence for insider trading? Is saying yes. Oh no, I'm not going to use this deck. I don't want their energy on this deck. Oh shoot. I just dropped all my cards. Bear with me, guys. Okay. Let's see. What consequences will she face? Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. This financial security you're trying to grow into something for your future because you're greedy with the Queen of Wands. Your greed and your willfulness get you caught up with the Five of Pentacles. Being left out in the cold, financial loss, perhaps having to pay something back maybe. Either way, you're bankrupt. Okay? Okay. Number 7. DM3133. Hello, Kim. Hello. Will any judge have the guts to hold Trump or his men in contempt for not obeying the court's orders. Just straight ignoring the Supreme Court order. Did they let it happen? Just here's the thing. That happened, right? And we're all questioning, where's the line? And so, will he be held accountable? I'm not sure. Will others below him? Possibly. But you ignore a Supreme Court order, and so then what happens if you don't get a consequence? What does that mean for our country? I said we're in the worst part of it, guys. This week is particularly the worst week. This week in particular. Go back and look at my reading I did for him for Friday. Okay, well, Donald Trump and his administration received consequences for ignoring the court order. Well, Donald Trump and his administration receive, see, saying no. Clear the center. Let's see. Okay. Will any circuit court hold lawyers representing Donald Trump accountable for ignoring court orders? Will any circuit court... Okay. See, not him, but them. Saying yes. Hard yes. Okay? And that, people who do his bidding, always they're the ones that get the consequence. Never him. I shouldn't say never. But in terms of how their life falls apart, I don't feel sorry for you. Okay. Number 8, observation. We haven't heard or seen much about the drones that were flying around a few months ago. Do your guys have any additional information about them, such as the actual purpose for deploying them? What was the purpose? What was the purpose? My guide just said it was a test. Well, the tower's there. Tower. This one. 3 of Wands. Interesting enough. The Hierophant. Something with the government, perhaps? Interesting. Seven of Wands. Protection, defending something, asserting something. Ace of Wands. Three of Wands. Something that has to do overseas, perhaps. I don't sense that it was dangerous. It doesn't feel suspicious. Did the drones a few months back have anything to do with the government? Did the drones a few months back have anything to do with the government? Saying yes. Okay, clear to center. Were they dangerous to us? Still going. Let me... Were they dangerous to us? The drones. Were the drones dangerous to us? Were the drones dangerous to us? Saying maybe. Okay, clear to center. Did the drones have anything to do with overseas in relation to our government? Did the drones have anything to do with overseas in relation to our government? Saying yes. Clear to center. Did the drones have anything to do... Wow. Did the drones have anything to do with the military? Did the drones have anything to do with the military? Saying maybe. Clear to center. Did the drones have anything to do with spying? Did the drones have anything to do with spying? Did the drones have anything to do with spying? Saying no. Okay, clear to center. Will the drones come back? Will the drones come back? Saying no. Okay, clear to center. Last question. Did the drones have anything to do with collecting data? Did the drones have anything to do with collecting data? It says yes. Clear to center. This is actually my last question. I'm just asking these based off of what I'm hearing from my guides. Does the drones have anything to do with multiple corporations? Does the drones have anything to do with multiple corporations? Saying yes. Heavy yes. Okay. Okay, clear to center. So, there you go. Oh my goodness. The one thing I didn't want to happen happened. I dropped a bunch of cards. So there you go. There are your answers. All right, number 9. Lisa W. 6449. Will the arsonist who attacked the Pennsylvania governor's house be caught? Does Kamala know who did this yet? Kamala? Does she know? Is she investigating? What does she have to do with it? Is my question. I don't know. Didn't they arrest someone? Let me see. Well, first let me ask your question. Will the arsonist who set ablaze the governor of Pennsylvania's home be captured? Will the arsonist who set ablaze the governor of Pennsylvania's home be captured? Okay. It says yes. All right. Well, they did find someone. He was denied bail. He's been accused of a slew of crimes, including terrorism. Crazy. 𝐞𝐬𝐭𝐢𝐨𝐵, unemployed, few nonviolent criminal convictions, was charged with assault. On social media, has displayed simmering anti-government statements and memes. It's interesting because I don't know if he's a Trump supporter. I have no idea. But what I've noticed about them is they're anti-government. I just don't understand the logic. He's single with a lot of children. He lives with his parents. He's 38 years old. He climbed the fence of the governor's residence, used a hammer to break a window, and threw a Molotov cocktails inside. That is nuts. Okay. Wow. He would have beaten her with his hammer. Sounds very familiar. Sounds very familiar to Nancy Pelosi's husband. He said if he had saw him face to face, he would have beaten him with a hammer. Yeah, he's not getting out of jail. Anyway, unless Donald Trump pardons him. Let's see. Bonnie R. asked, number 10, will the Senate confirm Ed Martin as federal prosecutor for D.C. Trump loyalists, who is already firing enemies as acting prosecutor? Will the Senate confirm Ed Martin? Will the Senate confirm Ed Martin? Will the Senate confirm Ed Martin? It says maybe. Maybe. Okay. They're not sure on him. My guys just said. Okay. M Theory 3. How do you see the war in Ukraine ending? How do I see the war in Ukraine ending? I think I did a reading a little bit ago. Should check that out. Oh, Judgment came out. Fool. Magician. 3 major cards. Wow. Pretty significant. 10 of Wands. Knight of Swords. Give me the ultimate outcome. Queen of Swords is on the... Oh. It'll be tough. 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. It's going to be tough. It'll end. And Ukraine will get a lot of support. They'll have a lot of power backing them with the Magician here. Opportunity for new beginning. You have Judgment here. Okay. They'll have a lot of support. But they'll have to, they'll A lot of decisive action here with the support in this area. Okay. The Judgment, the Fool, the Magician, the Knight of Swords on top of all of it. This is the Five of Pentacles. Okay. The Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands. And the ending of burdens. And their burdens. This is their resilience. Okay. They're there. It's, you know, it's close. There's a relentlessness to them. They won't be cowed. But it's the end with the 10 here. There's going to be a lot that they'll need help with in terms of reconstruction, rebuilding, sort of thing. The Five of Pentacles. War torn, but they'll get it through with a lot of help. Okay. All right. Next question. Number 12. Let me put my glasses on. Giggly, I like that name, Giggly Aaron. Hi Kim, hi Aaron. Because this dude is in the top 3 scariest of them all, what is Stephen Miller's outcome? I can't believe that I'm older than him, or we're around the same age. His true form has shown itself. He looks awful. 3 of Swords came out. Okay, outcome for Stephen Miller. Four of Wands and the 3 of Swords. I feel like he is a, I sense that he is a reincarnation of Joseph, what's his name? Goebbels? You know, the Nazi. Goebbels, however you say his name. There's nothing there in his spirit is. What is his outcome? This is an abridged version, guys. This is not a deep dive. Okay. Eight of Cups in reverse. 3 of Swords. 4 of Wands. 8 of Cups in reverse. Oh, he's delusional too. Knight of Wands, the sun, the world. He's... Three of Swords and the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands is about balance and harmony, a strong, solid foundation. But the 3 of Swords is here. Okay. Whatever foundation he's trying to build will not be strong or solid. This speaks to failure and disappointment. He's trying to do something, obviously. He's trying to build a country, you know, that... Anyway, I'm not getting into it, but not good. These two cards together. 8 of Cups in reverse. 8 of Cups upright is like moving into a healing space, you know, moving on. 8 of Cups in reverse is a refusal, perhaps, to do so. Refusal to change. You know, things being stagnant for you. Things not moving forward. You staying in your poor foundation. Okay? His outcome, you know, he'll always exist, I feel, in some capacity. But I don't see him being successful. Not a lot of people like him. He's off-putting. You know, he's a Nazi, that sort of thing. That was an opinion. What just was an observation from what I see in his energy. 13. Vanessa X02. Hi there, hope you're well. Thank you. It looks like Trump and the El Salvadoran president have decided to go against the Supreme Court's orders regarding Abrego Garcia. Do you see him being returned to the U.S. soon, or will this be further delayed? Okay. Will Abrego Garcia be returned to the U.S.? Will Abrego Garcia be returned to the U.S.? You're saying yes? Hard yes. Okay, let's see. His return. Show me the energy regarding his return. What will that look like? Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay. I grabbed the deck wrong. Hold on. Something's wrong here. Oh, okay, maybe not. Five of Wands in reverse. Okay. Ten of Swords in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse. Okay. The Moon. Six of Pentacles. Sorry for any background noise, guys. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. And Justice. Yes, he will be brought, he'll be brought back. They're going to fight tooth and nail. Ten of Swords in reverse. A refusal to acknowledge that you got to let go. Or, this is the order that you have to follow. They're going to fight that like they are doing now. Okay. Five of Wands in reverse, though. finding a solution through a conflict. Okay. The moon. Things will be uncertain. The moon. Things will feel uncertain for a bit. This will take some time. Okay. But Six of Pentacles is support. There'll be a lot of support behind this person. Behind this detainee, because this was what my guides told me. Do not forget about this overall situation and the people all involved in it. This will cause a lot of problems for his administration. Okay? And justice, the outcome. He'll be back. It'll take some time though, but there'll be a lot of support. They'll have to follow the law eventually. Through force, perhaps. Okay. Number 14. Victor Z 2024. Hi Kimberly. Hello. Could you please ask your spirit guides if the call by Trump, the beautiful bill, the one pretending to stop Medicare for many people, will be passed? Okay. I think I did a reading on that. I believe I did. And it was said, no, it won't be passed. Oh, gosh. Let's see here. I'm only goshing the craziness. Will the bill to cut Medicare and Medicaid be passed? Will the bill to cut Medicare and Medicaid be passed? I'm saying no. I know the budget has been cut tremendously. Is that being fought? I just don't understand how you could just want to ruin people's lives. I mean, I do understand, but that would be so detrimental to so many of them. It's like, it's two sides of the sword, right? Because people, their citizens, their constituents suffer. But then they suffer too, because people are going to turn around and be like, what are you doing? That's what I'm saying. That's when I pull back, I've always said that it will have the reverse effect on them. They never see further than dollars. They never see, I'm talking about Republicans, and even some Democrats, they never see beyond their true consequence. Okay. All right. Number 15. How long after the changing of the guard happens will the U.S. begin to regain its footing and begin to reverse the damage that has occurred to our nation and our citizens. How long after? I'll just pull one card for this. Five of Wands. It will be a mess. It'll take time. It'll be a mess. Five of Wands and the Moon on the bottom. Let me shuffle some more. Let's get one more. I can't believe it's 3 o'clock. Time has been crazy today. Death. Our government will look different in a year. It will look different. It won't look like the way we imagine it to look. Okay? We're at a point where, like I said, we're at the worst part of it. And this week in particular feels terrible in terms of the chaos, the energy, I mean. But like I did the reading Friday, we'll come out by the end of the week, we'll come out different. It'll be good for the US collective, okay? But like I said, the beginning of the week is heavy. Go back and look at that. But to answer your question, a year from now, it will look completely different. Okay. Next question. Martha E. Will SCOTUS arrest Tom, I can't see for some reason all of a sudden. Will SCOTUS arrest Tom Holman and Kristi Noem for failing to follow court orders to return Armando Abreu Garcia, who is in the El Salvador prison? Tom Holland and Kristi Noem. Will they arrest them? Hold them in contempt? Will the Supreme Court hold Tom Holland and Kristi Noem in contempt for ignoring their court orders? Will they hold them in contempt for ignoring? Says maybe. Maybe. They're still looking at this. Like I said, where's the line? Let's see it. I'm ready to see that line. It's there. I know it is. But how far does he have to go? I'm curious. I understand that he has to go to a point where it's like, okay, wow. Where is it? It's close. It is close. Okay. Number 17, 𝐀𝐬 45 was caught on a hot mic saying to the leader of El Salvador to make room for homegrowns. That's crazy. Is this something you see that they will try to send American citizens to El Salvador? Or could this be an intentional recording leak to agitate and upset people? Homegrowns. He's dumb. He's an idiot. He doesn't care. I don't think it was meant to agitate people. He just didn't care. He's dumb. He can't stop himself. Okay. What does that even mean, homegrowns? Will Donald Trump begin sending U.S. citizens to El Salvador? Will he begin sending U.S. citizens to El Salvador? Saying no. But he did. Technically, right? My guides say no. I know what they mean. Where's the line? Okay, number 18. Lucky Lady 57. Are we going to have a depression rather than a recession? If so, how long? I don't know how long, but I don't think we'll have a depression. Never say never, though, right? I didn't say never, though. Will the United States have another depression? Will the United States have another depression? No. No, we won't. Will the United States have a recession? Saying no. Okay. Number 19. Ecta S 82. Will our courts stand the test of time? Will they stand the test of time? That's a good question. Will the United States court system stand the test of time? Will the United States court system stand the test of time? It is not even moving. Oh, there we go. Will the United States court system stand the test of time? Saying yes. When you think about, I often go back to before the Civil Rights Act was passed and how we weren't African Americans. We're not viewed as citizens with equal rights, and that included the court system, especially in the South. So it stood the test of time. Why not? Why not now? You know? Okay, number 20. Don M.Y. Will the military remove Trump in the month of April? Will the military remove Donald Trump in the month of April? Will the military remove Donald Trump in the month of April? Will the military remove Donald Trump in the month of April? First it said maybe, and then it said yes. We'll see. Said yes, eventually. Okay. 21, last question. JB4B. Hey Kim, how do you meditate having ADHD? I'm pretty sure I have a form of ADD. I haven't taken the time to get diagnosed. I have been trying to do meditation, but I can't stay focused. I have random thoughts come in my head all the time. Okay. One thing I learned about, I took a mindfulness course a couple of years ago. And it was a workshop. And it was a workshop, and the workshop taught me that when you meditate and you have distractions or you have thoughts that sort of you can't stay focused, is a part of it. It's part of mindfulness. So it's not perfection, you know. You're gonna have thoughts come. You're gonna get distracted, you know, and you just have to refocus. Bring yourself back to the present moment, your breathing. Let the thought pass, you know. Try not to entertain the thought. Just observe it. Let it pass on by as you breathe. Real good thing is you could do informal mindfulness. Okay. You don't have to do, it doesn't have to be 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be a 30-minute thing. You could just set 3 minutes to breathe. It doesn't have to be perfect when you do it. And distractions is a part of the process. Okay, and so each time you just got to reset, bring yourself back to focusing on your breathing and trying not to get too upset because you can't focus or you're distracted. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means that that's a part of it. Okay, so accepting that, oh, you know, I get distracted sometimes, but always noticing that and trying to bring yourself back to the moment. Okay? All right, guys, so that was it. That's all I have. I hope these questions resonated. I hope you got something out of my answers. I will be back tomorrow for Let's Chat. I'll probably be doing another pick a card reading for you guys. I hope you can take care of yourself. I hope you're managing your stress as well as you can. It's important to be informed, but try to take breaks. Try to do something you enjoy. Try to live your life. Because that's all we could do right now is to try to cope with this as well as we can. And move forward with your goals. You know, the world doesn't stop, even though it feels like it. We will get through this. Okay? All right, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.